Right then everyone. Now, who wants to know what I did wrong in the last video? The one you either watched last night or maybe today. Because I only discovered it after I'd made the video. And some of it I've discovered this morning. Okay. Right, now the first thing I did wrong was with the motor. If you go back to the video I released last night, then if you look at the end of the video where you see the chassis with the motor installed, you will notice that the tabs are all sticking upwards and they shouldn't be. You see what I've done? This is how they should be. They should all be flat. You see, like they are there, so that when you look at the underneath, you can see where they're all bent down to fill in the gaps underneath. So anyway, the motor's great now, isn't it? Look at that. Great is that. Now, the second thing, well, apart from the fact that some of the tabs weren't bent the right way on the base there to fit into the bodywork. Another thing that I did wrong was I just wanted to look in the back window to see how it looked inside through the new window, and you can't see because the seats are blocking the window, and they shouldn't be like that. I can't understand why they're like that, because I never took the seats out of this car at all. How they've suddenly gone like that is beyond me. So anyway, I've had to unbend all the tabs on the roof again. So we'll have a look at this, shall we, and see why it's done this. So then, here we go. So we'll take the roof off, hopefully. Hang on a minute, I've got to bend this tab up. One of these tabs is bent down, and it shouldn't be. How can I get the roof off with that like that? You're just having a laugh now. A laugh you're having, aren't you? Having a laugh with me now. Right, so we can get this off now. Okay, right, so there we go. Get out of there, you. Oh, goodness gracious. What a painful car this is. Right, there you go. Now, see, now, what I can't understand is why these seats have popped up like that when they should be fixed in the back. That makes no sense, does it? I mean, why are they like that? That's silly, isn't it? So they just have to be going back down here and going in these slots in the back there. Don't know why it's like this, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Come on, get in there. There we go. So, yes. So, let's just bang these tabs down, and then that won't happen again, will it? No, it will not. Come on, get in there. Get in. There's one. And then there's this one. There. That's more like it. That is how the seat should be, you see. Not sticking up in the air. And then when we put the roof back on, then you'll be able to see through the back window. Because that's what I wanted to do. I was actually going to put the base on, and if I had done that with those seats like that, that wouldn't have been any good at all, was it? That would have been no good whatsoever. Yeah, so anyway, I've been looking at this morning, trying to work out how to get the base on. And, well, it will go on, I think. I've cleaned up this front bumper a bit with some Brasso. I mean, I've got rid of that awful yellow tinge that was on it. I put a bit of Brasso on the grille as well, shined it up a bit, and the back bumper also. So that bumper, those bumpers are all fixed in now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this part of the video here, put the car back together, all together, and then you can see it when it's all back. And then I'll describe the Ford Thunderbird. This Ford Thunderbird, look at this. That's a lovely thing, isn't it? This Bandai Ford Thunderbird. Isn't she a beauty? There's a lot wrong with this. I'll go into that later. Okay, catch you in a minute. Bye. Right, so there you go then. Rolls Royce finally back together. Oh, that was a pain, wasn't it? I have no idea. And then to cap it all, when I'd finally got it all back together, one of the door handles fell off. Oh no! And they're so fiddly and tiny. Oh no, what's to do here? Well, you know, Martin, what do you do with a super fiddly job that you can't be doing? You get the super duper out, don't you? It should stay on now, I think. Yes, I put it on with tweezers. It was so tiny. Anyway, so it's back together. Yes, I sorted out the interior. The bumpers are like as good as I can get them. Yeah, so do you want to see it? I'll just show you how the motor runs first, because I know you're dying to see that. Look at that. It's good, huh? Nice and smooth. Just the way a roller should be, don't you think? Someone did say to me, why don't you get some putty and fill in all those dents on the bodywork? Well, they're only tiny, and if I did that and all that, I'd have to respray it, and I'd have to take more of it off, and I really don't want to do that, do I? And anyway, a Rolls Royce with small dents in it is somehow amusing, I find. As is the idea of the AA badge on the front. I think that's very funny. Have you ever seen a Rolls Royce with an AA badge? Because I haven't. I reckon they have their own club, don't they? Rolls Royce owners. They have a special sort of group of people that come out if you break down. I don't think they'd trust Rolls Royce with AA, would they? So I think that's funny too. So anyway, I'll put this on here and you can watch it as it spins. And then I'll take you through the Ford Thunderbird. Okay. Here we go. There you go. There she is in all her glory. Rolls Royce Silver Cloud. Rolls Royce Silver Cloud. So I know there was a pain to do that. It really was. I had to do more hammering than I ever wanted to do. I shouldn't have to do that kind of much of hammering. I mean, a mini toy is easy because there's nothing to it and it's British. A Technofix toy is relatively easy because it's German and very well made. It's the first Japanese toy I've ever done. But then you see, it's interesting. It's a learning curve. What I should have done, of course, is take pictures of the car before I took it apart. And every stage of taking it apart, so I know how it goes back together. Which I shall be doing with the Ford Thunderbird. But this is a really big model, isn't it? I mean, does anyone know what scale this is likely to be? Because it's huge, isn't it? I bet this was top of the range. I bet it was really expensive back in the day. So there we go then. The Rolls Royce back together. I wonder how much that's worth now. I don't know. There is a black one. It's more expensive than this two-tone one. Yes. But it's no difference apart from the colour. So anyway, who wants to have a look at this Ford Thunderbird? Because I've been waiting for this. I've been wanting to get this Rolls Royce done so that I can show you this. They're so huge, I've got nowhere to put it. Where can I put this Ford Thunderbird? Oh no, hang on. I'll put it on the arm of the chair. It'll fit on there. Right, Ford Thunderbird. That's what she says underneath. Have a look at this. It says Ford Thunderbird, Sona quality, Bandai made in Japan. Just the same as the other one does. There you go. So actually this isn't in 1962, it's in 1961 Ford Thunderbird. But as I say, there's things wrong with this. It looks nice, doesn't it? It's a lovely colour, I think. Has the same blue windows, you see. And the rusty front end, and the rusty windows around. And the rusty one at the back. And yes, so you want to see it a bit closer. Look. So when we got the front end, you see it's rusty. You can see it is. Now, yes, I'm going to take that off. That grille. See how much tinier this is than the Rolls Royce. There's the back window as well. That's all rusty around the edges. Front window, all rusty around the edges. I do love the back lights on this. I think they're great, don't you? I think they're great, those. The Rolls Royce doesn't have any coloured backlights. I did think about painting them, but no. I mean, I don't know if the Bandai Rolls Royce ever came out with coloured backlights, so I didn't do it. But anyway, you see, there's the interior. Now, the interior, when I get this apart, I'll give you a guided tour of that, because I think it's worth it, don't you? The steering wheel here is at a funny angle, and it's moving about a lot. It needs to be, like, stuck in properly, I think. Look at it, it's all wobbly and terrible. I can't see any sort of damage too much to worry about. The only problem with this, of course, is the motor, and it's terrible. When I bought this, they said, oh, it works fine. Well, if this is working fine, given the sewing machine quality of the Rolls Royce, you really have to put a lot of pressure on this to get it to move. And listen to this. That is going to need some serious looking at, don't you think? Some serious looking up. Same 6 tabs for the motor, I noticed. But I think it's going to be a lot easier to do this one, because it's not so big. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. So what do you think, everyone? Do you think that's worth £50? Actually cost me 53. Well, that was the cost price of it, but I had to pay the postage from Arizona, so anyway, so there you go. I'll be taking this one apart next, and yeah, and then we'll see where we go from there, and I'll show you what's wrong with the motor, because I'd love to know, quite honestly, why the motor sounds like that. I suppose it's got something to do with the rust, hasn't it? I bet it has. I bet it has. Anyway, so thank you everyone, and I'll catch you soon with another video. Probably of this, wouldn't you say? Thank you.